Hip-hop is a story of constant reinvention, a culture that thrives on breaking boundaries and rewriting its own rules. But, every so often, someone comes along and changes everything. Someone who doesn't just follow the trends, but sets them. In the late 1980s and early 90s, that person was MC Hammer, a performer who would shatter expectations and redefine what hip-hop could be. He wasn't just a rapper, he was a spectacle, fusing electrifying dance, relentless energy, and showmanship in a way hip-hop had never seen before. Hammer proved hip-hop could dominate the mainstream, not just cross into it. He brought the genre to audiences who had never paid attention before. Before him, hip-hop was underground, raw, and intimidating to many. It was a movement for those in the know, not the masses. Then Stanley Burrell arrived, bringing a performance style closer to James Brown or Michael Jackson than any MC before him. He took the energy of funk and soul legends and injected it into hip-hop's DNA. He made hip-hop a celebration, fun, accessible, and impossible to ignore. Suddenly the music was about joy, movement, and unity. His music videos were cinematic events packed with dancers and choreography, with Hammer always at the center, commanding attention with every move. He bridged the gap between street grit and pop glamour, and the impact was immediate. Hip-hop was no longer just a sound, it was a look, a dance, a movement. Suddenly kids everywhere were doing the Running Man and wearing parachute pants. His influence was felt in every schoolyard and dance floor. Hammer was everywhere. TV, commercials, even his own Saturday morning cartoon. He became a household name, a pop culture icon. He became the first true hip-hop megastar, opening doors for everyone who followed. His success showed the world that hip-hop could be as big as rock or pop. Some dismiss his music as pop rap, but that misses the point. Hammer's genius was in making hip-hop universal, without losing its soul. Hammer took funk and soul samples and turned them into stadium anthems, songs that made people move, no matter where they came from. He showed the industry there was a massive audience for positive, high-energy hip-hop. He proved that rap could be uplifting and still fill arenas. For a time, he wasn't just riding the wave, he was the wave. MC Hammer broke the mold, and hip-hop would never be the same again. MC Hammer's story begins in Oakland, California, a city known for its grit, resilience, and vibrant culture. In the heart of Oaktown, where music and sports pulse through the streets, a young boy named Stanley Burrell was about to embark on a journey that would change his life and the world of hip-hop forever. Stanley grew up in a crowded apartment with his mother and 8 siblings, where every day was a lesson in survival and togetherness. The family's modest means meant sharing everything, from bedrooms to dreams, but it also built a foundation of determination and hope. Life was tough, but Stanley had relentless drive and a love for music and performance. Even as a child, he would dance for hours, headphones on, imagining himself on stage, using rhythm as an escape from the challenges around him. His first real break came not from music, but from baseball, hustling outside the Oakland A's stadium, selling stray balls, shining shoes, and dancing for tips. The stadium was his playground, and the crowds became his first audience. His boundless energy and charisma caught the eye of team owner Charlie Finley, who saw something special in the young hustler and hired him as a clubhouse assistant and bat boy for the A's. The players quickly nicknamed him Hammer for his uncanny resemblance to baseball legend Hank Aaron, whose nickname was the Hammer. The name stuck, and so did his reputation for hard work and showmanship. Working for the A's was more than a job, it was an education in show business. Hammer learned how to handle crowds, read a room, and thrive in the spotlight, skills that would later define his career. After high school and a stint in the Navy, where discipline and perseverance became second nature, Hammer returned to Oakland with a new sense of purpose, ready to chase his musical dreams. He hit the local club scene, performing with unmatched energy and developing a dance style that was uniquely his own, blending hip-hop, funk, and pure showmanship. Determined to make it big, Hammer borrowed money from former A's players and started his own label, Bustin' Records. Taking control of his destiny from the very start, he pressed his own records, selling them from the trunk of his car and handing out tapes on Oakland's busy streets, building his career one fan at a time. This relentless hustle and entrepreneurial spirit defined his early years, setting him apart from other aspiring artists. Hammer wasn't just another rapper, he was a true showman, captivating audiences with his charisma, style, and larger-than-life performances. His drive, vision, and work ethic set him apart, fueling his rise from Oakland's streets to the national stage. Hammer turned Oaktown dreams into a global reality, inspiring countless others to believe in their own potential. The stage was where he truly belonged, and from Oakland to the world, MC Hammer's journey was just getting started. With his own label and burning ambition, Hammer released his debut album, Feel My Power, in 1987. At a time when hip-hop was still finding its voice, Hammer was determined to make his mark, hustling day and night to get his music heard. The album's infectious beats and confident delivery created a buzz, selling over 60,000 copies independently. Word spread quickly through the streets, and Hammer's energetic performances drew crowds wherever he went, making him a local legend in Oakland. Major labels took notice, and Capitol Records signed him, re-releasing his debut as Let's Get It Started. This move catapulted Hammer from underground sensation to national attention, opening doors to bigger stages and wider audiences. The album went double platinum, establishing Hammer's signature, high-energy, dance-driven tracks with positive lyrics. His shows became legendary for their choreography and spectacle, setting a new standard for live hip-hop. Songs like Turn This Mother Out became live staples, electrifying audiences and inspiring a new generation of dancers. Then in 1990, everything changed with Please Hammer, Don't Hurt 'Em. The album's arrival marked a turning point not just for Hammer, but for hip-hop as a whole. Its lead single, You Can't Touch This, built on Rick James's Super Freak, became a cultural phenomenon. The song's irresistible hook and Hammer's signature moves were instantly recognizable. The song and its video, Hammer in parachute pants leading a massive dance crew, were everywhere. From TV screens to school dances, everyone wanted to do the Hammer dance. Stop! Hammer time became a global catchphrase, echoing across continents and uniting fans of all ages. The album was the first hip-hop record certified diamond, selling over 10 million copies in the US. It shattered records and proved that hip-hop could dominate the mainstream. It topped the charts for 21 weeks, an unprecedented run that cemented Hammer's place in music history. Hammer had created more than a hit. He'd sparked a movement. His music brought people together, breaking barriers and inspiring millions to dance. He took a funky bass line, added his charisma, and became the king of pop music. Hammer's style, energy, and positivity set him apart from his peers. The kid from Oakland was now a global superstar, representing a new era for hip-hop and pop culture. Hammer's vision had become reality, and the world would never be the same. You Can't Touch. This wasn't just a hit, it was a global tidal wave. MC Hammer became instantly recognizable worldwide, his music and dance transcending language and culture. He played sold-out stadiums from Tokyo to London, with shows that were full-blown theatrical productions. Hammer's stage presence was unmatched. Dozens of dancers, live bands, pyrotechnics, and constant energy. He won Grammys, American Music Awards, and outsold pop icons like Madonna and Michael Jackson. His style, especially the iconic Hammer pants, became a fashion statement. Hammer's look and moves were copied everywhere. He became a fixture on TV, in commercials, and even had his own cartoon, Hammerman. For a few years, Hammer wasn't just part of pop culture, he was driving it. His brand was built on pure energy and joy. He was a marketer's dream, selling everything from dolls to video games. MC Hammer was a true global icon. Amidst the fame and spectacle, MC Hammer stood for positivity. Unlike the rising gangsta rap scene, his lyrics promoted hope, faith, and community. Songs like Pray and Help the Children urged kids to stay positive and make a difference. Hammer became a role model, making it cool to dance and have fun without glorifying violence. His clean image made him incredibly marketable, and he built a business empire on his brand. He pioneered artist merchandising, dolls, lunchboxes, clothing lines, and more. Hammer invested in his community, employing hundreds from his old neighborhood. He started his own management company and label, signing other acts. Hammer's vision was bigger than music. He was building a legacy. Hammer's ambition and generosity fueled his rise and his downfall. He lived lavishly, a mansion, luxury cars, a private jet, and a massive entourage. At his peak, he employed over 200 people, costing $500,000 a month. His music videos and tours were extravagant, with huge casts and production costs, but as the 90s progressed, hip-hop's sound shifted to grittier gangsta rap, and Hammer's style began to fade. Album sales slowed, but his spending didn't. The financial spiral tightened, overhead soared, income dropped. In 1996, overwhelmed by debt, Hammer filed for bankruptcy, listing $14 million in debts. The world was shocked. The highest-paid entertainer was broke. His mansion was sold, cars repossessed, and his empire collapsed. Hammer's story became a cautionary tale about fame and fortune. It was a hard lesson in the cost of excess. Bankruptcy wasn't the end for Stanley Burrell. He faced his struggles with humility and resilience, turning to faith and becoming an ordained minister. Hammer found new purpose, hosting religious programs and inspiring others. He returned to performing, festivals, nostalgia tours, and corporate events, embracing his legacy. Audiences loved reliving the Hammer Time era. He reinvented himself as a tech entrepreneur, investing in startups and engaging with fans on social media. Hammer proved he was more than parachute pants. He was a forward thinker. New artists cited him as inspiration, recognizing his impact on hip-hop performance. His journey from the top to the bottom and back earned him lasting respect. MC Hammer's legacy is complex but untouchable. He was the ultimate crossover artist, bringing hip-hop to the world's living rooms. For a moment, he was the biggest star on the planet, with music that was positive and inclusive. He set the stage for hip-hop's global commercial success. Hammer redefined performance, making choreography and spectacle central to rap. His rise and fall taught artists the importance of financial discipline, but his comeback showed the power of resilience and reinvention. Hammer brought joy to hip-hop, reminding everyone of its roots and celebration. His energy and influence are timeless. MC Hammer's journey is a modern epic, highs, lows, and everything in between. He broke barriers, built an empire, and inspired millions with positivity and hustle. His fall was public, but he faced it with dignity and found new purpose. Hammer's influence echoes in every artist who blends music, dance, and business. He was the prototype for the hip-hop mogul. His story is about dreaming big, falling hard, and rising again. He gave the world "You can't touch this," but his true legacy is resilience. That's a lesson too legit to quit.